We've just found out that Hyundai actually bought a Tesla Model 3 to benchmark, to test against, I don't know, maybe a new car they're making, the Ioniq 6, future models. That's genuinely what car manufacturers do, but it doesn't make any sense. I'm really baffled by this decision. Here's why. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Sam Evans. I'm the Electric Viking. I'm coming to you from Bangkok in Thailand. The Tesla Model 3, it's a good car. The Ioniq 6, the Hyundai Ioniq 6, might be even better. Some people say it is. I'm not going to give you an opinion on that because I need to see one. Styling of both cars is polarizing, to be fair. Some people love them, some people hate them. Some people call the Model 3 a bubble car. Some people say the Ioniq 6 is horrendous looking. Some people think it looks fantastic. Styling is, of course, subjective. So the reason Hyundai have bought the Model 3 is nothing to do with the style. It's all to do with the engineering. What did they buy the Model 3 for? I mean, the Model 3's been out for a while now. So why do they buy a Model 3? Especially when a new model is about to be released. Now, Hyundai has been caught benchmarking a Tesla Model 3 by a Twitter user who rented the car out on Turo. Tesla is currently in a dominant market position with EVs in the United States. And obviously Hyundai has no hope in hell of ever capturing them, or at least not in the next 5 years, because they don't have a factory making EVs in the US now, meaning their cars no longer qualify for the EV incentives. But the thing is, even when Hyundai had a $7,500 advantage over Tesla vehicles didn't qualify last year, they still were easily outsold by about 20 to 1. But Hyundai wants to take on the challenge. They want to make better cars, and they're dedicated to evolving those cars and really bringing out new technology. One of the cool things that I've reported on that Hyundai are working on, in fact, the Hyundai have been working on multiple new technologies to get more efficiency out of their cars. They know they're behind when it comes to this area versus Tesla. Not way behind, but a little bit behind. One of those cool things they've manufactured recently is a way to get more range for almost nothing. 5% boost in range, and it's legit. It is real. I'll put a link in the description below to that video. In fact, click up here in the corner of the screen if you want to see the video where I talk about this new technology that Hyundai are working on, which is, it's not even new. It's sort of like a new technology combined with an old one, and it makes sense. Now it's been discovered that Hyundai has benchmarked the Tesla Model 3 against the upcoming Hyundai Ioniq 6. When I say upcoming, I mean you can already buy one now. So it's here. So it seems a bit strange. Now, the strange saga of the snagged Tesla Model 3 has been outlined in a series of tweets from the Twitter account FSD and Chile. Teslarati says that the user describes lending out the Model 3 through Turn and discovering that it had been testing for a Hyundai employee. So a Hyundai employee just borrowed my 2022 Tesla Model 3 long range for a week for driving locally. I kept getting notifications that all of my doors were left open for several days. I was curious, so I accessed the live cam. This is what I see. Now, it's become clear, yes, it was rented by Hyundai. He's looked at the live cameras of what was going on, only to find that the vehicle had been placed in what looks like an office building with Hyundai posters on many of the walls. What a rookie move from Hyundai. This is so strange they did this. Nothing wrong with doing it, but it's so strange that they'll do this in such a weird way, really. After looking through the vehicle's cameras, the Tesla owner talked with the person they loaned their vehicle to, leading to the discovery that they were a Hyundai employee and Tesla was being used for benchmarking purposes. So Hyundai themselves admitted to it. This isn't like some kind of news story to, hey, look, we think this is what happened. It is what happened. He tweets, I pushed for more information. And then he finally opened up and said, I'm not really supposed to say, but it was being used for research and training purposes for benchmarking against the Hyundai Ioniq 6 prior to its release. He didn't want me backing out. Hyundai was not immediately available to comment on to this article, but I mean, there's no point Hyundai commenting. We all know what happened, right? Now, the Tesla owner says the Model 3 was measured and used to compare seating arrangements and its self-driving capabilities against Hyundai's self-driving capabilities. Now, the Ioniq 6 is hitting showrooms in the US later this year, so clearly they have an Ioniq 6 in the Hyundai headquarters in the US, which they're testing the vehicle against. Speaking of the autopilot capabilities, there is really only one car company in the world, in my opinion, which is rivaling Tesla when it comes to their full self-driving autopilot capabilities. And they are not a car company. In fact, they're a technology company in China. They basically do the same thing as Tesla. They agree that using full HD maps doesn't work. It's not a solution. So they're following in Tesla's way of doing things using camera imagery. Their technology works. It's been tested in the last week and it works very, very, very well. So it's interesting to see. They are, in my opinion, are Tesla's only real competition. Hyundai, will the Ioniq 6 have automated self-driving capabilities? Well, I've driven a few EVs, a few cars from Hyundai, and no, they're well behind in this area. Does their technology work? Well, in my experience, hit and miss. Depends on what you're doing. Now, of course, this isn't new. I've made several videos on other companies doing the same thing. General Motors bought a Tesla Model 3 2 years ago. They bought the newer version, the updated version. This has happened regularly. Now, the problem with doing this is it's not really that relevant. By the time the Ioniq 6 is on sale in the US, the Highland version of the Model 3 will have been released, be on sale more than likely. So I'm not really sure that benchmarking what will be the old version of the Model 3 will be all that relevant for Hyundai. And that's why I'm confused. I think they would have been better off benchmarking, say, the Tesla Model Y, which has been built at the factory in Texas using 4680 cell structural battery pack, giga castings front and rear. That, in my opinion, would have been the smarter thing to do. Now, although those vehicles aren't directly comparable, that technology is really the newer technology for Tesla. And that, in my opinion, would be what you want to be looking at. Benchmarking, checking the weight of, etc. Now, I think it was a good move regardless that Hyundai did this. It's still smart to try and work out what your competitors are doing and see if there's something you can do differently. Kind of understand the car versus your car. I like that strategy. But this is so cheap. Hiring an actual owner, like this is some dude. He himself bought his Tesla, and for him to make a bit of money on the side, maybe to pay for his car costs, maybe his loan costs for his car, he's put it on the rental market so he can loan it out for a few days here and there to people. But Hyundai renting it, not telling this guy, and then using it to perform tests on it, that's dodgy. That's crappy. I don't like that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.